Hello, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Angry Dave's Adult RC. I'm your host, Angry Dave. Anyone under 13 needs to turn this off and go watch YouTube Kids. Today we're going to be playing with my Kyosho Beetle. This is the 2014 re-release, so it does have a few upgrades in the design, although it does still have that stupid spline drive on the rear wheels. I see a lot of things online where people say that actually works and it's not a problem. I don't know if I believe that. I guess we'll see. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and finish the build on this kit. I built it up to this point. It was a pretty simple build. There wasn't really too much to it. There wasn't anything really worth noting in the directions being wrong or anything like that. It went together pretty smooth. The only issue I did have was this block. Here, let me take the body off 1 second. This block right here, there are two of them, 1, 2. They hold this rod that basically the entire front suspension is built off of. Only one hole was drilled in it. There's a threaded hole in the back and a threaded hole in the front that attach it to the frame, and only one hole was drilled and tapped. The other one just had kind of a starter mark, but the hole wasn't drilled. Luckily, that mark was there, though, so I knew exactly where the hole went, and it's only an aluminum piece, so I was able to get it set up in the drill press, punch the hole out, thread it, and it worked out okay, so I didn't have to send away for a new piece. But aside from that, it was a pretty easy build, pretty straightforward. So let's take a little closer look at what we're going to do to it. Alright, so I had some Traxxas stuff laying around. This is a XL5 speed control out of my first Slash two-wheel drive. I took it out to put the brushless system in it, but it still works, nothing wrong with it. And I figured as long as I'm going to use that, I might as well just go ahead and use a Titan motor because it'll plug right in, and I remember it actually being a pretty speedy motor. Took a lot of beating before I killed my first one, and I sandblasted the living shit out of it. So for 20 bucks, not bad. I probably could have got better quality motor for 20 bucks, but whatever. I knew it was decent. I knew what the price was, and it was nice and easy, so too fucking bad. Also have a TQI receiver and radio left over from my UDR, since that's running a radio link setup now. So I had pretty much a complete set of Traxxas shit minus the motor, so I just bought the motor and made it a set. The servo I'm using is, I don't even remember what it's out of. It's an RTR servo out of something, probably out of a crawler if it came out, because the crawler servos all suck. But in a vehicle like this that's going to be doing some moving, it doesn't need nearly as much torque, so it'll probably do the job. And if it sucks, I can always just replace it. It's only this screw and 4 perimeters and a plug. It's not a big deal. So that'll do it for the mechanicals. Let's take a look at the body and see what we're going to do for paint. So here's the body. Great looking sporty Beetle body. Got a little spoiler on the back. Got a real Baja bug kind of look to it. You got the Baja lights, fenders are bobbed, got just these little tiny remnants of fenders in the back. So, and I like the aluminum wheels, or not the aluminum wheels, I like the yellow wheels because I can tell the difference between yellow and silver. And I didn't want to paint them because generally plastic wheels this big, if you paint them, it's kind of obvious you painted them. I know it can be done, but I don't really feel like fucking around with it, and I already glued the tires on, so we're gonna go with yellow wheels, and we'll do some yellow shit to accent it. The main color is gonna be this PS59 metallic blue. Looks like a pretty nice shade of blue, and it'll match some yellow pretty well, I think. We're going to do the detail work with Tamiya PS6 yellow. It's one of my favorite colors. It's a great shade of yellow, very sporty, hot roddy, whatever. It's a really flexible color. You can use it on lots of stuff, and it looks good. And then we're going to do a little bit of Spaz chrome for some aluminum accents. Going to make this running board look polished aluminum. Going to make the spoiler look polished aluminum. And then we'll kind of decide what we're going to do with decals and shit like that later. We're going to do some decals, but the paint job, let me put you down for a second, and we'll get back to that. All right, we're back here. So yeah, we're going to do a little flame job on this. The majority of it is going to be the dark metallic blue. The hood panels are going to be yellow, and the headlight buckets are going to be yellow, and then these flames are going to be yellow, nice and skinny. One of the ways I like to do paint jobs like this, like flames specifically, if you want to get them the same on both sides, it's a great thing to do to get your paint job set up on paper towel. You cut out the paper towel so it fits exactly on the panel that you want to do. Then you draw out your stuff in permanent marker and it bleeds through. So you can copy it on the other side very easily. So then the next thing I'll do is I'll tape this to the inside of the body so that it shows through, and I'll be able to take a skinny marker and trace it onto the outside. Then I can do the same thing on the other side, and I'll have it drawn in marker right on the film on the outside of the body. That'll allow me to mask the inside of the body with tape, and I can shine some light up through. I'll see those lines, and I'll be able to transfer them. I can't fucking talk. I'll be able to transfer them into the masking tape and then cut it out and have matching flames on both sides. So let's bust out some tape and an X-Acto knife and get this shit rolling. Alright, we got the body washed. Let's get this pattern onto the film. Alright, there's one side. Now we'll get the other side done and start getting it into the masking tape. Alright, there's both sides done. Next thing we're going to do is start masking out the panels in the hood. Alright, all we got to do is finish masking the rest of the body. We can go shoot some yellow. So there's the yellow all done. Now it's time to bust out some PS1 white and back it up to make sure that color stays nice and bright. Alright, yellow and white are done. We got the parts that are going to be chrome or polished aluminum, whatever the hell you want to call it, masked properly, so go spray it on. Alright, we got it all peeled, looking pretty good. There were a couple little spots where I had some bleed under the tape, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a toothpick, maybe a little bit of thinner, go back and just touch up a couple little tiny areas, and then I'll bust out the window masks and get ready to spray the blue. Alright, there we go, all masked. Time to go spray some dark blue. Alright, after several coats of blue, time for the black backer. So while the black backer is drying on the body, I think it's a good time to go ahead and start slapping some electronics in this thing. Alright, so we got all the electronics installed, everything works. We got the steering hooked up over here. I had to use a different servo horn and mount the steering link to the top of it instead of the bottom because it was rubbing on the top of the servo when I was turning to the left. So that was pretty easy. Swap that around, not a big deal. Now it clears. So the only things left to do before I can put the body on it and finalize peeling it and putting the decals and stuff is going to chop this off and put a Dean's plug. And I had to open up a little bit of a hole right here in this case to clear the pinion. I don't think the motor that is normally running this is quite that big, and I don't think the shaft on it is normally quite that long, obviously. So I had to punch a little hole to get it to fit, which is not a huge deal. Now I just need to find a little something that I can glue or screw over that spot so that I'm not getting a ton of dirt into my spur gear and stuff like that, and we're in good shape. So let's see what we can find. Alright, I ended up using a headlight bucket to cover up the hole. It was the perfect size, and Gorilla Tape is nice strong shit. I don't think that thing's going anywhere. It's not the most finished looking solution, but it ought to do the job just fine. And what's a hot rod without a little duct tape or Gorilla Tape on it, right? Got the Dean's plug on there, you can see that in there. Now I think it's time to move on to painting up the driver. Now this is the driver head that comes with it. Just a pretty regular race helmet, generic dude. I'm going to be using this axial driver head with more of the like motocross and off-road style helmet. I feel like these days with an off-road buggy, this is more the style of helmet you would probably see people wearing. So we're going to paint this up to match the driver, and that's going to be the driver. Alright, here we go. Got the driver's head sprayed blue. Now we're going to break out the yellow and a couple different finishes worth of black and finish out the helmet, move on to the body. Alright, now I just shoot a little Tamiya PS55 flat clear over this to knock the gloss off of it, screw on the head, and we're ready to mount this bastard. There we go. There's our driver. Came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. He's going to be inside a tiny little car where you can barely see him. So, let's get him attached to the car. There it is. All done. I ended up making a little bridge out of Lexan that I had laying around and Gorilla Tape. Didn't need it to look good because it's hidden under the body, but it does the job. Keeps the guy in place. Alright, now I think it's time to see the thing with the body on it and the decals and everything on it. So let's check it out. Here it is. Angry Dave's freshly built Kyosho Beetle. Loving that Tamiya fucking PS59 dark metallic blue. Looks great with the PS6 yellow flames. Looks good with the yellow wheels. Got the driver hiding in there. Probably can't see him real well through the window sticker there, but there's a good shot of him. We got the body's just kind of sitting on there right now, so got a little decal action right on the back of the spoiler there. That was a pain in the ass to put on. Oh yeah, she looks fucking sexy. I really like the way this fucking thing came out. Put the body off real quick. Got some decals in here. Super Racing Buggy by Kyosho. Electric powered by Traxxas. Haha, Kyosho purists probably fucking hate that. But guess what? I don't fucking care. So yep, there it is. The Kyosho Beetle. Another build checked off the list. Another sweet ass ride added to the stable. Oh, I love it. Looks fucking great. So if you like the build, go ahead and smash that like button. Share the video with a friend so they can check out the action too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Check us out on our new social media pages. And we'll see you next time on Adult RC, where grown-up time is playtime.